Missguided just launched their own makeup range. You know I had to hop on it and try it. Missguided clothes, beautiful. A makeup range though, listen, I'm intrigued. There's enough to do a full face as well. Like I'm talking face, eyes, lips, brows. Initial thoughts when I saw this collection, thought they had a good variety of products and they come out with a lot. For a first launch, there's a lot of shit. I think their inclusivity is pretty good for a first launch. I think the foundation has like 24, 26 shades, something like that. The campaign had all different beautiful women of all different colours. Some products need more, 100%, but initially I thought it was pretty good. On top of all that as well, the price range, reasonable, man, and it actually leans more on the cheaper side as well, I think. This is Missguided Beauty on my face right now. I don't want to give too much away. Low-key, I'm gassed though. Let's quit it and let's get to the good stuff. Missguided Beauty, first impressions. What do I think? Do I think you should invest? Let's find out. Guys, I can't even trip. I think I may have found a new favourite lip plumper. The thing is, this Missguided lip plumper, it doesn't burn, sting, that fiery numb feeling, none of that. She's called the hashtag no filler plumping lip gloss. And I mean, baby, I have lips. The applicator is well different as well. It kind of reminds me of like a nail polish brush. Do you know what I mean? Like you kind of just paint it on. And the consistency is thicker, like a little bit thicker than what I'd want. Not sticky, but it has more like, I don't even know. It smells fucking good though. Like it smells like fruit. Does she plump? Absolutely. But not too crazy though. It's in like a natural kind of way. Do you know what I mean? Like they're plump, but they're not crazy and ridiculous and like out of control. I'm a fan of that. I'm adding that to my everyday makeup because that's sick. Listen, we're about to hit it with the brows next. That's kind of my normal routine. I always do them first. I've already glued them down with my Got To Be glue. That way I've got my normal shape so we can really test the products. So I picked up two. Indecisive bitch. What's new? First being a product that I've been obsessed with. I've been using the Benefit, like kind of version of this, and I love it. This is a bit cheaper, so if this is just as good, baby, we're about to save some pennies. This is the Brow You Doing tinted brow marker. Mine is in dark, long lasting and smudge proof. I will be the judge of that. Opening her up, it's like a tiny little brow marker, but that looks really cool because I feel like I'm going to be able to get really small little strokes with that. Brow markers like this as well, I've really been enjoying because I feel like they're not as harsh looking, you know what I mean? You can get that shape and volume in your brows, but without being like all types of crazy, do you know what I mean? Like it's a more natural way. And then I also picked up the Micro Precision pencil in the same shade. This is dark. This is basically like a baby pencil, right? So you get the retractable fine pencil at one end and then the spoolie on the other. Routines for brows, everybody's is different. Good to have the options, so we should find something to fit everybody's routine. I think they even had like a tinted brow gel as well, so if you're someone that's blessed in the brow department and only need that tiny little extra something, they have that too. I'm gonna hit it with a brow marker though because it's my normal routine. I'm intrigued, man. Let's see what this is like. Bring you in a tad bit more because I feel like you're really far away. Right, let's start creating little, oh shit. Okay. Suddenly, I have a tail to my eyebrow. That is pigmented, you know. Love, I can already tell I love that nib. What the fuck, look at that. That was literally seconds. I'm intrigued to see how it feels in the front of my brow because it's quite strong. The pigment in it's quite strong. Let's see how it looks. I fucking love this. Yeah, the pigment's strong, but the thing is, where it's such a fine nib, I feel like you have control. Like, I literally am just doing tiny little strokes, and look at that difference. That is mad. Just gonna use a spoolie to soften that colour ever so slightly through the front, but look at that. That is exactly how I like my brows, to look full, but still look like hair. That's fucking crazy, man. I love this. The only thing that I would say though, see, look how quick I just did that. Make sure when you're using this that you do apply a light pressure, particularly at the front. I feel like I could have maybe even gone a shade lighter with that, you know, but either way, we like it. Let's see how this Micro Precision pencil works. Oh yeah, it's like a softer version of the marker. Can you see that? Hair strokes, but just a bit softer. I'm liking these, you know. They look crazy now because I got no other makeup on. They look like slugs on camera right now, bro. Onto primer, they have one here which is the First Base Mattifying Primer. Name is kind of a bit trippy. They've put first like it's meant to be hydrating, but then on the back it says mattifying primer. I don't really know what that is all about, but it says it minimizes the appearance of pores for a flawless base, non-greasy formula with oil absorption. Maybe it's like a hydrating mattifying, not one of those like dry and hardcore ones. We'll see. A little bit on my skin. The minimizing pore aspect to it is making me kind of want to stick to my T-zone, so I'm going to do that. Is there a scent? No, I don't. No. No. That is so weird. Oh. This is so interesting. Oh, I don't know how to feel. Is that nice? I don't know, man. That is, do you know what it feels like? I'm rubbing oil on my skin right now, but it looks like a thick kind of moisturizer type consistency. But as soon as it gets in contact with your skin and starts kind of warming up, it turns into like an oil, which is dead weird. I've never had a mattifying primer that does that. This is meant to be mattifying. Oh, I don't know. We'll find out. What the fuck? That's so odd. It's like an oily, like listen to my hand, like the consistency. It's like an oily matte. I don't understand. Low-key, I do feel like my skin looks a tad bit smoother, but then at the same time, I feel like you never can tell until you start applying your base products. That is strange. Strange. Okay, cool. Now that we're primed, we can move on to foundation. So this is the Meet Your Match Demi Matte foundation. This one is in 04 and this one's in 10. Will I have to mix? We'll see. I feel like one might be too light, one might be too dark, but we'll have a look. The claims on this foundation, just so we know what we're kind of focusing on, it's meant to be a buildable medium coverage in a demi matte finish. So it's meant to have radiant diamond powder pigments. So I'm assuming it doesn't look so like flat, long lasting and transfer proof as well. So not too many claims. Do you know what? I actually really like the squeezy tubes. I don't know why. I feel like it's convenient. I can just be like, you know, make sure we give it a shake. I'm starting with the color 10. Let's see how we go. One half of my face right now, so we can really test the difference. I also have some like breakouts and stuff down here, so let's see how it covers it. I'm gonna go in with my brush. Oh, that's quite warm, isn't it? I think I might add in some 04. Quite a nice like tanned coloured though. Prefer it to be like that than the opposite, like super grey or pink. In terms of coverage so far, I definitely agree with medium, which is chill. It's what they claim, so that's not a problem at all. I definitely can still see my skin through, which is actually quite nice to be fair. Still see some discoloration and my blemishes and stuff peeping through, but looks very natural, very fresh. I would definitely say it's got that fresh, radiant type of finish. Obviously, we'll see how it dries down and if it goes a bit more matte. Because this is me and we know I'm a full coverage bitch, I am going to add a tiny bit more. I think I might even mix in a bit of 04 as well. It's meant to be buildable, right? So let's see if that extra layer will give me a little bit more like coverage. Look at that. That is a bit of me now. Another layer's been added, but it still looks the same. I like that. You know what? The more I look at that, the more I like it. The difference between before and after is there, right? You can tell which is which. However, if you actually analyze the side with foundation on, I feel like it looks really natural. I don't know about you guys and if it's coming off right. I think I agree with all the claims that they're saying. I honestly do. Skin tone's nice and even with covered up redness, blemishes. Doesn't look heavy or cakey. Has a really nice finish. My biggest thing with foundations though is how it lasts. So time will tell with that. A foundation can look beautiful, right? But if it doesn't last, am I going to pick it up again? Probably not. Okay, sweet. Now that we're done with that, time for a little bit of concealer. Meet Your Match is what it's called. I got 2 shades, but what the fuck was I thinking there? Let's do this one. It's 130. Mattifying finish with hydrating aloe vera. I feel like that's their whole vibe. I feel like what they want to do is mattifying but in a hydrating way. Clever. Why? Because you're covering the spectrum. You're trying to cater to all different skin types with a product. That shit's hard to do, man. I don't know, let's see. It has vitamin E and zinc in too, and I think it's got, yeah, it's got UVA protection, SPF 6. Oh, I like that colour. That's a nice colour. I also like the applicator too. I feel like I've got a decent amount of product from that one, like, dunk. It feels quite creamy, you know? Like, just from swiping it, it feels quite like... I'll highlight a little bit as well. Usual places, chin, cupid's bow, nose, forehead, and of course under the eye. Tap it out. Easy. Look how blendable that is. A few taps and we're done. My under eyes are discoloration central, so this is the real test. Maybe I'm tripping, right? But the consistency of this and the way it looks on the skin is very much like the foundation. This light colour, crazy. I know I wouldn't use this on its own. Let me take a little bit of this lighter colour, just right in this inner part, just to really kind of like brighten. And here as well, just to like lift everything. Just put it on the corners of my mouth too, just because I always do this to sort of like reverse contour. You know what? I do like it. I do. I feel like the more all the products are starting to set on my skin, the more matte I'm starting to see, which I've got oily skin, so I'm not mad at that at all. You can tell that those products, them 2 products like the foundation and the concealer, were meant to work together. The consistency, the way they blend together, they're very, very similar. But to be fair, they have a similar like claims, like matte but hydrating. So it looks nice, man. I don't have any complaints yet, so check for the concealer. Time for one of my favorite things, cream contour. The fact that they've jumped on this Love that. Cream contour isn't necessarily a essential product to have, and for their first launch, I think that's cool. The Meet Your Match contouring stick. This is in M6, which, not to suck my own dick, but I think I've done a pretty good job at choosing the colour. Cream to powder texture to smooth and define. And again, we've got those moisturising properties. Argan oil, vitamin E, marshmallow root extract. Listen, bitch, I don't know what that is, but okay. I'm literally just gonna do it straight onto... Hello? Babe, are we there? Like, I have a feeling this might need to be warmed up first. Let me try like warming up on the back of my hand. I think that might be the texture. It's meant to be cream to powder, and I feel like that might be why. Okay, we're starting to get a little something. I don't like it like that. Different approach. Let's do it like this. Really get that product on there, and then let's see if I can kind of just tap it on like this. I mean, there's something there, but I'm not wowed by it. I feel like this is hard work. When I use cream contour, I want to be able to just like whack it on and go. I want creaminess. I want it to blend, you know? I want to be able to just paint it on, tap it out. This business, doing this a million times, and then having to press it on and getting the bare minimum when it comes to colour. I don't like it. A positive I can give though is very natural. There is something there. There is colour. It's not complete bullshit. You know what I mean? It takes too long. It takes too long. It's too time consuming. For me and how I like my cream contour and how I like my makeup, this is a whole lot. If you are someone though that wants cream contour to be really subtle and kind of like fuck up friendly, then sure, give it a go. I'm not mad at the actual formula though, in terms of how it looks on the skin. Like, it isn't messing with my foundation underneath. It has just blended nicely on top. However, I have gone in about 50 times just to get to this point here. Maybe I need a darker colour. I don't know, maybe that's the issue. Maybe I need something a bit more intense for how I like my makeup. The thing is, the more I'm using it, the more colour payoff I'm getting. It's still nothing crazy though, and I feel like I do have other cream contour products in my collection that I would definitely reach for over this. I use way too much wrist action in that for my liking. Now, the only powder that they had was a pressed one. Normally I prefer a loose over a pressed, but we'll give it a go. It's the Matte Trick Radiant mattifying powder. Velvety mattifying pressed powder with illuminating rose quartz. Sounds bougie as fuck. Okay. Oh damn. We got the seal on, guys. I'm just going to tap out any creasing. I need to have a mirror on the go. Great. And it's like a, I'm assuming this is just translucent. This is the only one that they had. That side definitely looks smoother now. I'm going to take a bigger brush now and go over. There's not like a mad amount of shine to cover. There is a little bit there. But if I just do that, you can see instantly it mattifies. Do you know what? I like the fact that this is mattifying but without looking dry. I feel like it's actually low-key smoothing. To be fair, I think if you're someone that doesn't really like to set their base, I don't actually think you'd have to. Makeup seems to have like, it's still got a bit of tack to it, but it's not like wet. Kind of resetting itself, but putting this over the top, I feel like will help it last. I like that. Can you see, like, ever so slightly when I turn my head, there's some sort of like radiance. It's not wet, like it's not because it's not set, because as you can see, I go over it with powder, but it just has a little like radiance. It did say, to be fair, that it had some sort of like pearl, what did it say it had? Rose quartz in. That's nice, because I feel like I'm set and secure. I feel like my face ain't going anywhere. No desert up in this bitch. It's just like nice. My skin looks nice. Okay, Matte Trick. I like that, guys. I like that. Moving on to bronzer. Hopefully this will be a little bit better than the contour stick. Instant Vacay Duo Bronze Powder. Now, I picked up light. They only had 2 shades in this, which I think is just pretty bad. Pretty shit, you know? I know, I get probably why they did it, because this has some more of like 2 shades in. So essentially you can mix or use them individually to create your own custom shade. I get that. It's their first launch, so that's chill. But maybe that's something to improve on, right? Buildable texture of superfine pigments that melt into your skin for a sun-kissed complexion. That sounds beautiful. You can see you got two shades there. For now, I'm gonna stick to the darker side and give that a go. Nice, nice. Can't tell if the formula is matte or if it has a bit of a sheen to it. I think it's like a satin finish. I like that though. I feel like it looks really healthy on the skin. Now this is way better colour payoff. And on top of that, I feel like it's a really nice tone too. It's got that nice warmer side to it. Although if you do mix in the lighter side, this one, I feel like it's got a bit more of a cooler tone to it. Don't typically do duo bronzers. I feel like they're, I don't know, I don't gravitate towards them. It's just not, I'd rather just have like a full pan full of one colour. Real quick, I'm just going back in with that mattifying powder just to clean up. And I'm going to take it down the sides of my nose. Blush, which we all know is one of my favourite parts. Missguided have called this the Stop I'm Blushing High Pigment Matte Blush. The shade I went for is About Last Night. This one looked the most sort of like peachy, which is one of my favourite colours. A few different shades they had with this one, which is cool. The tone of this is really nice. Definitely leans more pink than like orange when it comes to peach. I feel like I'm going to like this. Yep, that has just blended in beautifully. Colour is so nice as well. Decent amount of pigment to it too. Like you don't need a lot. It's not a scary pigment. You don't dip in, go on your face and then regret all your life choices. Gives you time to blend, but she's there. Do you know what I mean? By the way, you might think I've gone quite heavy-handed with the blush. Bear with. I feel like blush is the first thing to disappear from your face when you start adding the rest of the stuff. So I always go a little bit more heavy-handed. Blush just changes everything. I love blush. If you aren't on the blush hype, which I feel like you should be by now, 100% I would pick that up and use it again. 100%. Two types of highlighters here. What kind of bitch are you? Are you more of a powder, a liquid? Personally, I normally do powder, but I do have two different types to try out. So maybe I'll do one here, or if that might look a little crazy and different, then we'll work it out. Liquid one. This is going to be interesting. Liquid highlighter can be scary, particularly over already set makeup. Liquid on top of powders, sometimes a disaster. We'll give it a chance. This is the Highlight Liquid Highlighter. This is in shade Prinks, which looks like a beautiful kind of champagne type of gold. Currently it's high pigment and buildable. This is going to be so interesting to test out. I'm ready to see the consistency and the texture of this. Liquid highlighters though, to be fair, I feel like that one product that you can kind of just like do your thing with. You want to use it as like a glowy base, do it. You want to mix it in with your foundation, do it. Use it in specific places like I'm doing now, do it, you know? Of my finger. That's nice, man. That looks like dewy. The texture, to be fair, is more of like an oil. Like, I know when you hear oil you think, ugh, gross. No, usually has a negative connotation, right? But for this type of product, I feel like you need that so it doesn't cling to your base. Hasn't screwed up with my foundation at all. When I look forward, there's no cast. To be fair, look how easy this is to use. So literally I'm just going to dab it on a little bit, go straight in with my finger. I won't cut this clip so you can really see how easy it is. Like, done. I feel like your finger's definitely the best option because I feel like it helps to meld it in. And it looks like a dewy glow, like wet. Teeny flecks of glitter. Like if you look really close up to my skin, you can see them. However, the overall appearance definitely gives it that wet, dewy feel. You know what? It's thin as well. It's not thick, which is so nice because it's not like gloopy. I would normally stop here with the glow, but because I do have one more product, I think I might spot highlight over the top and do my nose and stuff so we can see how the powder works. Highlighting powder. This is in Glowing Out Out. It's quite light actually. But it's like a, do you know what? I thought it was like a champagne gold, but the way it moves, it kind of looks like it has like a pink iridescent. I think as well it's that more kind of drier formula, which isn't always a bad thing. Hi bitch. She is very much there. It definitely, by the way, has like it's more pinky. God, look at that. It's actually pretty crazy. Oh shit. If the question you're about to ask me is which one do I prefer, to be fair, I like both of them. I think it just comes down to what you think you'd prefer, whether you prefer a liquid or a powder. But in terms of the way they perform, they both performed beautifully on the skin. They haven't clung. They're both pretty much just as bright as each other, and even together, if you feel like you want to be like that and you want to layer them up, they work beautifully together. I always know about a product if I ask the question to myself, would you use that again? Definitely would use them both again. By the way, I'm just going over with a little bit more translucent powder just to blend everything together. That's a little trick to kind of marry all the products together so it looks more kind of seamless. I'm really happy with my base, you guys. Just dipping back in to these two to contour. I feel like it's turned out really well, and if I'm being completely honest, I feel like it doesn't look overly different to my normal base. Apart from this, Everything else, sweet. Time to do eyes though. Let's bump this up. Eyeshadow is something that doesn't really exist in the collection yet, but they do actually have these little lid pots, which I'm assuming are just like cream eyeshadows. I do have one here in the color Sangria, which to be fair is a beautiful kind of like reddish purple. But I also picked up the like a liquid liner. This is the Girl Glide matte liquid liner. This was cool as well because they did actually have a glossy version of this, so depending on what finish you like from your eyeliner, they have that options, and it's in black. Maybe I think I might try this, to be fair. We'll give it a go, and if it turns out shit, then I mean, yeah. Consistency feels quite like wet almost, like it's quite slippery in there, but we've definitely got pigment. I'm going to attempt to do some sort of cool graphic liner situation, so I'm just going to create some sort of basic wing first and then maybe drag it back and create something a little bit funkier. I'm going to go over it again a little bit. I feel like 2 layers makes it completely opaque. I mean, bearing in mind I am using it as a liner and it is, I think, just sort of an all over wash for your lid, but it's cool to see what you can do with the product, right? I feel like 2 layers definitely gives you like optimum color, like color payoff, you know, and it looks the most opaque. I actually do quite like this product. Is it something that I would pick up every single day and use? No, but I also don't think that's meant to be the purpose. I think it's meant to be one of those products that you can just kind of whack on. You can get creative with it too, play around with it. It has multiple uses. Right, I'm gonna go and attempt to make these even, and then we'll come back with a couple more products. Okay, I feel like that's probably about as even as I'm gonna get. If I keep adding, it's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. This eye, well, like my entire side of my face is higher, so trying to get eyes even is literally impossible, but let's give this mascara a go. I probably will chuck on some lashes just because of the type of look that it is, but it's good to give the mascara a go. This mascara is called the Oh Eyelash Length and Definition Fiber Mascara. They also had one that did volume, but I'm more of like, I'm into the lash and definition. I feel like I can add volume to this, you know, just do a few more coats. Crazy thing is, guys, I've been so into mascara lately and not wearing false eyelashes, which is very unlike me. Pretty big wand. That looks hella black as well, and it's more of like a plastic wand, which I do like. Do you know what? This is actually one of the blackest mascaras I think I've ever used. Look at that. That's pretty decent. Do you know what as well? As I'm combing through, I can actually feel the wand and the formula really gripping onto my lashes, which is nice because I feel like I can actually coat every single eyelash. This gives volume. This isn't just, what does it say, length and definition. To me, that's given me loads of volume. The difference is crazy. Like, look at that. I would say as well the formula is more of that wet type of formula. One thing I will say though, it does apply quite a bit of product, so if you don't like that, then it may not be your favourite, but I actually really like the way it's made my lashes look, and it did it quickly as well, so even better. Like that. Like it, like it, like it. Okay, this next product, gassed about. The fact that this is their first launch and they have released one of these, I think is wicked. A Freckle Pen. I love myself a good freckle. This is amazing. Freck's Appeal Freckle Pen. There's one colour to this, but it says, yeah, universal shade, long wearing, soft tip applicator for varied freckle effect. It will live up to those expectations, especially with freckles, because I feel like you don't want them all to be the same size, right? And we don't want them to look fake. So let's see how real these actually look. Okay, that's fine. I wanted to check that they actually could blend in before I was like, went mad. If you press harder, you get a bigger freckle, and then if you apply less pressure, you get tiny ones. To be fair, if you just go for it rather than like be reluctant with it, I actually think they turn out better and they look more realistic. And I love the fact that some of them are fading in and creating almost their own little patch of colour, and then some are actually staying as dots. What do you guys think? Do you think they look real? I really love that. They're so easy to use and really convenient. I actually think this is another product that I'm going to put straight into my makeup collection. Thing is as well, I've tried quite a few different types of freckle products and I really enjoy that. That is definitely one that I'd pull out and use, like when I want a freckle, like hello. Sweet, last step you guys, lips. I have picked up a few different products. They have lip liners, matte liquid lipsticks, normal lipsticks and glosses as well, so a good variety. Knowing me, I'm probably just going to go for a nude, so let's do the liquid lipsticks first. So these are the Matte Sticks matte liquid lipstick, long lasting without color transfer. I think I might try the brown one. I'm fussier with my browns, so I feel like I can put it to the test, and apparently I'm going to be brave because they didn't have a brown. Oh, actually, hold on. They didn't have a brown lip liner, but I'm going to use this as my brown lip liner. This is actually a waterproof gel eyeliner, but it's in double espresso, so like a dark brown. that worked in my favour. That worked really well. To be fair, that it looks more like black, but we'll roll with it. Oh. Oh my god, that smells insane. That smells like fruit, like a sweet, like a lolly. Right, first of all, that was literally one dip. I have to say, it's one of those thinner formulas of a liquid lipstick, which is one of my favourites because I feel like they're the most comfortable to wear from what I remember. It looks really dark on camera. It's more of like a chocolate brown. I feel like that lip liner is probably making it look a bit darker. It's a bit dry. I actually was thinking the applicator actually is a little doe foot and it has a pointed tip. So it was so easy to apply. So you probably wouldn't even need a lip liner. I use one because I'm a klutz, but I feel like you wouldn't necessarily need one. And to be fair, I feel like it's actually really comfortable to wear. Like it doesn't feel thick and heavy or too drying. You do get bumhole lip though. But when do you not have a liquid lipstick? Do you know what I mean? I feel like as far as liquid lipstick go, I would use that. Like if I wanted a colour that was like this, I wanted this type of formula that doesn't transfer, I feel like that would be cool. I am going to finish this off though with a nude lip. So I did actually pick up one of the lip liners. This is in the colour Don't At Me, but I'm going to keep it real. I do not like that colour at all. That's like a Barbie. It's just like I don't fuck with colours like that, so I'm actually not going to use that. And what I will do is just go in with my Cash Beauty lip liner in Rust Nude. This is the lip liner that I use every single day. It's one of my favourites. I'm going to keep to what I know and use this first. Thinking about it, I think I'm just going to hit it with a gloss. I've been loving that, like lip liner then gloss. I think it looks beautiful. This looks so bomb, right? This is their lip juice, which I love the name of that for a lip gloss. This is in the colour Thirsty Thursday, but that nude colour looks beautiful. It has like a gold iridescence to it as well. To smell, again, they've got this like fruity scent to all their lip products and it smells amazing. Stop it. Look at that colour. It's fucking me in a gloss. Oh, the formula is so nice as well. It just like glides on. Like it's not thick at all. If anything, it feels quite like slippery, but that's good because it means it's not like sticky and gloofy. No, I'm sorry, but that colour is actually phenomenal. That to me is the kind of nude I go for all the time. Like that lip liner with this gloss, that combo, fire. This gloss is going in my everyday makeup collection, 100%, 1,000,000%. That is beautiful. And look how shiny and glossy it is as well. Like my lips look fucking juicy. We are on to the final item, and they've actually done a setting spray, which I think for their first launch is so good. Super Fix Fixing Mist. Long-lasting fix without stickiness. I'm not even sure if I think it's an aerosol. That looks like an aerosol to me. I don't even need to put this on my face. I know I'm gonna like it. Oh my god, that smell. What is that? It's kind of like fruity with like, oh, normally I like fresh scents when it comes to like things that go on my face, but that is so nice. And do you know what? It's like an aerosol, a fine mist, but not dead fine to the point where you literally can't even feel it going on your face. Do you know what I mean? I can feel the mist on my skin. I like it either way, to be fair. But this one, I feel like it's actually got onto my makeup and doing what it needs to do. I can actually feel my skin going a bit tighter. I feel like it's attached to my face. I don't mind either mist though, whether it's like fine or more like that. But the fact that that's an aerosol was generally just taking my heart. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've also got now like a glow to my skin. Like if I look all here, it doesn't look as powdery. Can you see that? All over there's a bit more of a glow. I feel like that's really like, oh, I feel like that's like absorbed into my skin. I love it. We are done, guys. Let's get into my final thoughts. I misguided. Just when I thought I couldn't love you anymore. Here's the thing, for a first launch, I think they've done really well. Definitely some improvements. Definitely, I think they could expand their shade range, particularly for like bronzers and just stuff like that. I don't know, I feel like they could definitely expand, but that's what this is all about. With a brand, you've got to start somewhere and grow, expand. You learn what people want as well. You get the feedback, base your next launches off of that. And I feel like this brand, Missguided Beauty, has so much potential. Quite honestly, there's products in here that I'm definitely going to put straight into my drawer and use every day. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Overall, I think it looks beautiful. I have favorites from this video and I'm actually really impressed. Missguided, well done. If you're waiting for my opinion on Missguided Beauty, get your ass on there and buy some stuff, guys. I will, in the description box, I'll put a list of everything I use with all the colours and stuff. The ones that have a little star by, they're my absolute favourites and I think you need. Thank you for watching. Peace out.